Cetus Lapidus, Darian,
Oh my
and
God.
welcome back to the...
You can't just throw a Cetus Lapidus around, Josh. That's irresponsible.
Welcome, everyone, to the Decom Podcast.
It feels like it's been a long time since we've been here. First time in the Arches playthrough. So for those of you who don't know,
we are crippling addicts of DComs, or for those uninitiated, Disney Channel original movie.
because there is a demographic that just doesn't know that. They are wee ones, the small ones, the wee children.
Yes.
So what did we watch?
We watched. What was the full name? It was Descendants. Was it Rise of Red?
The Rise of Red. Yeah. The new Descendants film.
Whoa.
Oh man, what did you think of this film, Josh?
Okay, so that's complicated.
Yeah, I know.
Right? So, on one hand, I think this might be the best Descendants film. And by that I mean, like, the best made Descendants film.
Okay.
But it is far from the most entertaining Descendants film.
I would agree. Like, when I think entertaining, I'm thinking them riding across the Rainbow Bridge on, what were they on motorcycles or bikes or some shit?
Something like that.
Some stupid dumb thing. And
like Rotten to the Chorus playing on blast. Like,
I hate that song. It's bad and I hate it so much. It's so dumb. But you know, let's unpack your complicated feelings about the Rise of Red.
So for the uninitiated, Rise of Red is the fourth film in the Descendants franchise. The original four main characters do not appear in this.
Gone.
We were put on a boat off screen and sailed away to a faraway land.
We could not bring Sabrina Carpenter back. She's
No.
too famous now. She said motherfucker in a song, so she can't be on Disney.
It's like the girls are now too expensive to get. One of the guys is dead, and I don't know about the fourth one.
Oh, Jay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know.
Oh, Boo Boo Stewart, that's his working name.
Ooh. We need to workshop that one, friend.
That's his Hollywood name, is Boo Boo Stewart.
No. So our introduction character is Uma from the second and third Descendants films, and she's really just here for us to transition to our new main characters, just so that you see a familiar face up front,
and
right?
We had to do something with her. Her contract wasn't up and her TV show failed.
Yeah, exactly. So our new main characters are Red, the daughter of the Red Queen of Alice and the Wonderland, as well as the blue character, the daughter of Cinderella.
Her name's so easy. It's Chloe.
Yeah, and why isn't her name blue?
Because it doesn't start with a C. Because that's how you do it. Your kid's first name has to start with the first letter of your first name if you're a Disney person.
They didn't do that with Lana.
Oh, well...
Mulan's daughter.
Okay, that's like the one exception.
It's the one exception.
It's the literal one. Because, like, you know, if you just go by the Evil Queen and you name your child Evie,
yeah,
you know, that's grounds for I'm disowning you as my parent and probably running you over with a car.
Yeah, so we have what the plot of this film is that the Red Queen gets back into, what's the name of the place? It's Avalon.
Yeah, basically. Avalon High.
Avalon High. And takes over and sentences Cinderella to be beheaded. Red, who has a time machine, don't ask. Tries to send herself back in time to stop that and ends up bringing Chloe with her. And hijinks ensue as they figure out how to make it to where the Red Queen isn't a villain in the modern day.
Yep, they go to school with their parents. Real Back to the Future.
It was very, yeah.
Except without the incest, which is cool.
Yeah. No incest and far more songs. That's, barring the quality of the songs in this movie, I like how many there were.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how these songs push a narrative.
Yeah. We actually go forward. Whereas, like you've described before, we pause the movie to do a musical number, and then we continue the movie.
I love Teen Beach Movie. Pause for 3 minutes. Now we resume.
Because I've got a song in my heart, and it doesn't pertain to this situation, and I gotta sing it.
I think Starstruck is one of the worst about it.
Yeah, absolutely. They try to make it work in the universe because he's a pop star. Yeah. So of course he's gonna just have songs.
It's not good.
But you're also making a movie, right?
Right.
Make a fucking movie.
And here I think a lot of the songs work. I think they all sound like shit, but all the songs are functional.
Yeah.
That's how I would describe it. They're all bad but work.
We had one accidental song from the Zombies movie sneak in here.
Good.
Which was the best one.
As we all know, Zombies is the greatest film universe to ever be created. The DCOM zombie trilogy, of course.
For those who don't know.
The height of cinema, some might say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. The height of cinema. Fucking hell.
I don't listen to the CG soundtrack of Zombies 3 on occasion.
The physical CD.
The physical CD.
For you youngins, CDs, the not CDs nuts, but compact disc where you store music.
Oh. So what I find baffling about Descendants Rise of Red, right? I keep almost saying Rise of the Resistance.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Descendants Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Rise of the Dawn of the Planet of the Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Is this movie is a third of a movie.
Yeah.
It's really weird because there isn't an actual climax. The movie just ends and Uma turns to the camera and goes, "It's not over yet."
They do in the previous ones. They're like, "Oh, you thought this was the end?"
Yeah,
it's no, bitch. I thought we had another minimum half hour of a movie to watch because that's exactly what it feels like. The movie, spoilers, whatever, because you're all gonna go watch it, right?
Right.
The movie literally just ends when there's more conflict to be had, and you know it, you feel it.
Yeah, because the movie ends at the end of Act 2, structure-wise for the story. And it just ends. It just cuts the credits.
There's the credits.
And it's just kind of what?
It was really bad. It felt like a truck. It was so abrupt.
I got isekai.
I was watching the end of the Descendants movie, and then a truck careened through my apartment and killed us, and we got isekai'd into the Descendants world.
Lit.
Kenny Ortega dictates all of my movements, and it's the worst thing in the world.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's because they were building up to the dance.
Yeah.
We never saw the dance.
We never saw that. Mm-mm.
We never get to see what happens with Bridget. And
Bridget,
it's
who
so
is the Queen
weird.
of
Yeah,
Hearts.
the regular name of the Queen of Hearts.
Yeah. Why is it Bridget?
I have no idea. Is that what it is in the original book?
I don't
Did she have a name in the original book?
Not as far as I know.
In the poems? In the nursery rhymes? Tell us, Alice in Wonderland buffs.
Come on, Lewis Carroll. Rise from the grave and let us know.
Rise in red, one might say.
Anyway, that was the Rise of Red, Descendants. Go watch it or don't.
It's on D+.
I can't recommend it, but
watch it.
Yeah.
I'm ordering you. Go watch
Get
it.
isekai'd with us, please. It sucks here.
The movie is fascinating. For not the right reasons.
Oh, shit.
Oh, so we're drugged in the forest with a bear that's also drugged.
That's true. Yeah, he did get high, didn't he?
He got a little high.
He was like, oh, I want to feel it.
He's like, I'm really feeling it.
I'm really feeling it. Oh, man. Could you imagine Brian with the Monado?
Ooh. Busta.
Oh. Okay, artists, I need this. I need Brian with the Monado, please. Just, you can pick whatever Monado art. I don't care. He just needs to be using something.
Oh my god. I want Devin to say it's Ryan time.
Absolutely. Who does that make Cameron?
Ouch! My rifle scores you.
No, but he would complain though. But he would.
It's fine. Cameron saw the torture Brian inflicted, and the bear had to be drugged up whenever he was doing it. Cameron can especially remember Daniel, our Manuel Daniel's experience and his thoughts.
Daniel.
10, 15, sometimes even 20 hours of non-stop physical and mental torture. And it would go on, and it wouldn't stop until the bear's exhausted body would pass out. Damn, he's got stamina.
He really do, though. Jesus Christ.
Then he would sleep for an entire day, sometimes longer before the process would begin again.
But luckily for you, we got more important things to do. Come stand here next to me.
Okay, I'm gonna help you. Cameron tries to make it sound like he's on the bear's side, who's thinking these thoughts. But as Cameron moves to stand beside Brian, it finally seems to sink in that Brian is going to kill them. Not because it's obvious, but because he's starting to pick up on the bear's thoughts. He's reading his mind. He thinks he murdered Artie, but he didn't. For whatever reason, either because he's outside or because he's spacing out even more, he's certain of that. He's never been close friends with the cat, but Cameron had gotten to know him. And that feeling, that amalgamation of a person that is Artie is still out there. Cameron mentally reaches out to the cat, but it's too far. So distant, and something is wrong with Artie. His brain's leaked out, friend. It do just be that way.
Kinda just a rough time.
Yeah. A weird medical condition.
Brain leakage. Pretty standard.
Like a faucet. His amalgamation is missing some parts. Devin's is still full. That's an odd way of phrasing that.
It's still full. His brain's still full.
His amalgamation is certainly full.
Yeah. Your amalgamation is looking awfully full today, Daddy. That's how you say that, right? That's how that goes.
The amalgamation is so plump.
So plump? Is it throbbing? Is that a vein?
Oh my god. Look at that dumpy.
What are we doing?
His amalgamation's dumpy. It's like dummy thick. And it shines like a beacon in the darkness of the barren desert.
Oh, man.
So while Brian is telling him to contact people he murdered and buried under the ground, Cameron instead reaches out for Devin. Directly to you. I hope you all heard my hand motion. Direct to you.
I say it's Cameron, I keep trying to sneak away from Brian, but the clap of my amalgamation keeps alerting.
No. A few minutes after Brian left, Devin became frantic. Even though he knows it won't help, it will only make things worse. The instinctual part of his brain overwhelms everything. With low, bearish grunts and growls, he yanks and pulls and lunges with all of his weight, just trying to get something other than his own wrists to break. You could probably, like, break one wrist, right? And then, like,
slip
out and try to finagle something.
I mean, like, so when you see people, like, dislocate something, they're dislocating.
Oh, yeah, that
thumb
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if Devin can do that, though. I don't know if he has the mental fortitude to dislocate a thumb, to slip out.
I mean, he's tearing flesh.
That's a little different.
One's a pop, one's a burn.
Mm-hmm. One's on the outside and you can put stuff on it to heal it. One's on the inside. If you move that thing out and you can't get it back in, you're kind of fucked.
That's what doctors are for.
Yeah, but where are they going to get one of those?
Artie's a doctor.
He's got no brains anymore. I don't think he's going to help them.
And not the correct type of doctor.
No, not that.
But,
he's a doctor, but not a medical doctor.
It's fine.
Not a medical doctor. Damn it, Jim.
He's already contemplated dislocating or even breaking his thumbs to pull his paws out of his cuffs. Let's go!
I guess we could have just kept reading, huh?
Yeah, like he'd seen characters do in the movies. Let's go!
Oh, what a champ.
But just by looking at the metal, he can tell they're too well fitted for that to be any good. To do any good. He could gnaw his thumbs off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like, sure.
Like, if he couldn't dislocate them and, like, get it loose enough, he could just be like, maybe he wouldn't eat it. He'd
like
probably bite it.
The guy from Monster House.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly like the guy from Monster House. Those are always so funny. I love those.
They're pretty good. And he'd still be stuck. But he just yanks until blood is seeping into his paw fur, and even with the added lubrication, they don't budge. I don't think blood's a good lubricant.
Why not? It's wet and, like, pretty, like, viscous.
I think the viscous is what would make it not a good lubricant.
No, it's not sticky. Like, it's not adhesive.
Blood
Like,
does get sticky, though.
if it dries.
Blood dries fast.
Not that fast.
It dries pretty fast.
It dries pretty fast, but not that fast.
I would know.
How many berries do you have locked up in your basement, Josh?
Enough.
I see. Please, 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 don't prove I'm right. Please, please, please. That's that Sabrina Carpenter song that everyone likes.
Tying it back to Descendants,
Yep.
folks. Let's go. It's the only word he says with each grunt of exertion. Finally, as the drugged water begins to take its effect, Dev slumps on his side, crying. He sobs harder than he has ever had in his adult life.
Cameron, I'm so sorry. Cameron, please.
He killed them, all because he needed to find out. Turns out he will find out because they're going to die. How could he do this to Cameron? How could he be so stupid, naive, inconsiderate, selfish? In a flash of rage and desperation, Devin viciously gnaws at his right forearm, snarling. Again, he knows it's senseless, pointless, detrimental, but the self-loathing is all-consuming, and mostly he just wants to punish himself. After several seconds, he stops, and after blinking away the blur of tears, he sees that while some fur is missing, he barely broke the skin. And Devin lets out a hopeless, despairing laugh, even while tears stream down his face. The metal enclosure makes the laugh sound loud and hollow, and that's when Devin stops as he realizes how unhinged he sounds, how he shouldn't be acting like this. He doesn't have the right to break down. His friend is dead, and his best friend. And Devin knows he needs to do everything he can to get out. The next time Brian is within reach, he's going to do everything he can to make sure he dies. He'll rip his throat out. You can try it, bitch. But while that fire is rekindled in his chest, he can't fight whatever drug the bear gave him. Devin suspects that it's making him a bit delirious, too. Either way, it's powerful, and Devin knows he probably won't be able to do much for another hour or two. So he lays down, trying to keep his ears open so he can be ready for the old bear if he comes back. If he comes back. If Cameron dies, it doesn't matter if I escape. I won't be able to live with that. Maddie? Maddie. Mati. Mateo?
Mateo.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Uh-huh.
No one uses his second name since...
Oh, that was really cute.
Why couldn't you just watch her?
Tirana. Are we back in here?
Oh yeah, we're in the...
Is this a tool visualizer?
It's fine. Devin? Devin stays curled up because he knows he imagined that, or his brain is playing tricks on him, or... Devin? It's me! I'm here!
Cam?
We're really just out here.
Do I need to turn the TV volume down?
Doesn't look like it.
Cool.
That's fine. Lit. Dab. Devin stares at the swirling patterns and lines. Are you okay?
I knew you were gonna fucking say it like that.
Are you okay?
Ugh.
Basta Wolf! Did he have rising tackle?
No. I don't
think
Terry had rising tackle.
Damn. I think that's one of the SNK quotes.
It sounds like it, but
right?
I don't know it off the top of my head. No, none of us are okay. You're not okay. I don't even know if you're alive.
Devin tries to move toward Cameron, but he stays at a constant 10 feet away, no matter how hard the bear tries to get to him. Devin, I am real. Cameron carefully enunciates each of those words. I'm doing this through, my mind, I think? I'm fucking psychic, remember?
Well, now I know this is my bullshit. This is what got us into this nightmare in the first place.
Devin.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. You are exactly what I was hoping you'd be. You don't exist. My sick, fucked up mind is making this version of you that I have no right to create and...
Devin's voice trembles with emotion. He's never had a dream where he's felt this real before, this alive, and of course it's happening when he's feeling at his absolute worst.
I just wish you were real, so I can actually tell you how sorry I am. But I can't take any of this back even if we make it out somehow. And you look fine, but I know you're not fine, because you're with that goddamn bear.
I think being with that bear is making him fine.
I see. He's extra fine.
That bear's taking care of him, you know. It's quiet for a moment, the only sound being Devin sobbing. Devin, I know there isn't much I can do to convince you that I'm real. All I can say is that I am real, and that I love you dearly.
I love you too.
And yeah, Brian is hurting me, just like he's hurting all of us.
What's he doing to you?
What happened to me not being real?
Well, just in case, are you okay?
The look on Cameron's face makes Devin's stomach drop. Well, not really, no. But he's keeping me alive, so that's what's important. But you see those patterns?
Yeah.
Well, Brian drugged me with shrooms, and I'm tripping absolute balls right now. Hallucinogens enhance my abilities, and I think I kinda created the space. I really can't make this stuff up.
Well, maybe you're right. But he drugged me too, you know. This could still be all me.
You don't give psychedelics to someone you're trying to sedate. Anyway, it turns out that I'm not that different from my mom. It's all arches. I see them when I take certain drugs. Devin looks up at the patterns, and for the first time in forever, he feels like this might actually be Cameron.
Cameron?
It's me, yes! Yeah!
Look at that little smile. Look at that little smile he's doing. You know, little cutie patootie.
He goes like, yeah! And does a little like jump.
Yeah.
Yeah!
It's pretty good. Cameron! Oh my god, please let this be real. Baby, I'm so sorry.
No. We don't have time right now. Also, I kinda read your mind, so I already know. Sorry about that, by the way. It's just happening automatically. But I can sense Brian's thoughts too, and now I know where you are, where the van is, that you're in a set of handcuffs, and I know where the keys are. I'll get you out, somehow.
Cameron, honey, please don't do anything that might get you hurt. Please.
Devin sees Cameron's lips tremble. Devin, you know I can't promise that in this situation. Neither of us can, but we're doing this together.
Cameron!
Shit.
Brian? Is he there with you?
Yeah. I'm gonna be fine, but I gotta go. I love you. It's like he's ending a phone call.
Gotta go, bye.
Who calls in the year of our Lord, like, 2021?
Josh, what year is it?
For them.
Oh yeah, that's true. It is 2021 for them. I mean, people still call. I call. I tend to prefer it if I need an immediate answer.
That doesn't sound like you casually call people.
Oh, like to just chat?
Yeah.
I do, actually. Only with, like, one person, though. It's Ryan, because he needs it.
Oh, the cum gutter.
Yeah, he calls me.
See, that's different.
No, he calls me and I call him. We just chat.
Oh,
we have little chats.
Okay.
I'll be driving around and we'll be chatting. We'll be talking about bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
I get it.
Cameron! No, damn it, please!
Maybe I should just call him in, like, the evening one night and just be like, hey, Ryan, what's your opinion on hoodwinks?
Yo. That's such a good idea. Or just, like...
I think I still have his number.
call him during like, normal work hours, because he can't have his phone at work.
Yeah.
So just leave him a voicemail.
I'll just leave him a long voice.
That's what we do. We do that to each other. If one of us doesn't pick up, like, I'll usually let it sit on silent for a few seconds. One time I read the Fitness Gram Pacer test thing to him. It was pretty good.
Okay. He crumples into the darkness, feeling hopeless. We love crumples in this household. He should be there with Cameron, not here, sleeping and doing nothing. Not fucking? We're doing this together. With a great deal of effort, Devin smothers the frustration and terror, knowing that he should have some faith in his boyfriend. If Cameron thinks he can do this, then Devin realizes he has to believe him. But doubt that it'd be real at all starts to creep in again, even though Cameron had convinced him at the time. So he continues to rest, waiting to see if his coyote comes to free him, and hopefully then he can finally get his claws on Brian. On Brain.
Ooh.
We're back in the red.
We got there.
The rise of red, some might say.
Some might say that, I guess. I suppose you're not wrong. You've been standing there for a good 10 minutes. So what'd you see?
Well, I'm having troubles because they won't talk to me.
Oh? And why is that?
I think it's because you're here and they're scared of you. Maybe if you... Cameron screams, clawing and clutching at the huge fist on his ear. Brian twists it viciously, before lifting up so that Cameron's feet actually lift off the ground.
Dang.
He didn't know it was possible to feel that much pain from his ear, even though he knows they're sensitive. Mm-hmm. Sensible.
Yeah.
Stop!
You sneaky fucking faggot.
He violently shakes Cameron, and the coyote twists his body, grabbing the bear's forearms and trying to get his legs lifted up and wrapped around the bear's biceps to lessen the pressure, but Brian won't allow it.
You know you said everything out loud just now? Oh my god!
Lit!
Cameron!
Fire!
You fucking idiot!
Yeah!
So stupid!
How is he supposed to know if he's saying it out loud or not?
That's really true.
He's just like, I'm psychic.
I'm psychic.
I'm doing it, guys. I'm psychicking.
I'm psychicking my brain.
What?
You know exactly what. Ooh.
That's a good CG.
This is a really good CG.
Yeah. Cameron is slammed up against the trunk of the tree, the impact resonating through his body. Instantly, Brian's huge, rugged muzzle is right up in his own smaller, narrow snoot, the bear snorting heavily. Cameron fights as best he can, but his feet are off the ground again, and he kicks and twists, but the grip is more powerful than anything he's felt before. He can actually feel his eyes bulge, and his tongue stick out involuntarily, and once again, he finds himself drowning. In that moment, it isn't the crushing pressure of his neck or the horrid, rancid breathing that's coming from the old bear that Cameron notices most. It's that Brian doesn't even seem angry. He doesn't seem enraged that the coyote had been contacting Devon. He doesn't seem upset that Cameron broke his word to help the old bear with his demons. Instead, Brian looks excited. Ecstatic.
Ecstatic shock, if you will.
No.
Yeah.
His name is just Static, though.
I know it is.
Real ones will call him Static.
He's just static. I saw this video the other day of a guy asking a dude on the street to name 5 black superheroes that weren't electric based.
Yeah.
And the guy couldn't do it.
Oh, sadness. Oh my god. You can even probably cheat and say like Jean.
Right?
Unironically.
Okay, can you do it right now? I want to see how fast you do it.
What? I mean,
5
you have
black
like Icon, Ricochet, Jon Stewart, Mr. Terrific. I honestly forget his civilian name.
Mr. Terrific. That's fair. Yep, I think that's 4.
Yeah, that's 4. That's 4.
I said 5.
Oh my god. I'm trying to think of a Marvel one is my problem. I'm like, do I remember one in Marvel? That isn't like fully... That's like not cheating lightning. Like I could say T'Challa, but I'm like...
That's like, yeah. I mean, like that counts as far as not having
like,
lightning
he doesn't
powers.
have lightning powers, but like a lot of
I would say Luke Cage is the obvious Marvel pick for...
please.
for like just ease of remembering.
People remember Sam Wilson.
Be fucking for real, Josh.
He has a movie next year. He's getting a movie. Thunderbolt Ross is going to be in it. I don't get it because it's like, why have Thunderbolt Ross when you're not going to have any of the build-up that makes Ross like a fun character or his actual rival? I don't know. It's weird. Yes, I know that he is a Captain America villain sometimes. That was after Banner died. So
It's fine. It's fine.
It's whatever. It's whatever. Yeah. I hate the casting decision.
It's a choice. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's all I really have to say about it. It's a choice.
Vaguely, Cameron can sense a battle taking place inside Brian. He desperately wants to have his way with Cameron. But he also wants Cameron to exorcise the ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
But Cameron can also sense that Brian is realizing his plans were doomed from the start. But would he ever hide the fact that he killed a loving couple in his infamous abandoned town? He knows people will look for them, unlike his previous victims. The bear is deciding that they're all going to die. This is the end, and he'll do it, and he'll end it with one final victim.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Brian hisses in Cameron's face. Kiss him. You won't. Something moves out of the corner of Cameron's eye, and he looks to see a somewhat familiar face.
Ooh, you can see it in his eye.
Yeah.
He's a little, ooh.
How you doing? It's black void-like features with swirling red eyes stare at him.
He pops out. Is this man bothering you, King? That's what it says.
No.
Is he bothering you, King?
I'm watching. Yes, it's watching him too, and it's just as fascinated as Brian. Cameron senses very little intention or emotion from this creature, but he finally realizes that its purpose in this forest is simple: record the terrible things that happened in it. Cameron is about to become one of its next recordings. The coyote's vision blurs and one paw droops. To slip into Brian's pocket, disguising it as him trying to push the bear away. He feels and finds the single key that he knows would be there.
God damn it, you're a fucking cute one, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian's voice trembles with cruel, passionate emotion and nuzzles the coyote. He squeezes harder and Cameron's eyes roll up, all while putting the key into his own pocket, but he's not sure it matters. Brian already heard his plan. But importantly though, is that Brian isn't letting up. As he fades into darkness, Cameron feels a part of himself die. The trip peaks, and suddenly Cameron is everything at once. He's a trailer home in the northwest. He's a desert lake. He's a broken road. He's a trailer home in the southwest. He's a train cutting through the wilderness. He's being shot in the head. He's being hung from a tree. He's being beaten to death. He's swimming under an arch. He's stumbling into a pond. He's in a space shuttle smashing into the ocean. He's a dead town. Dead, but with working reflexes, until the tool that is still holding tightly is in its grasp. Cameron disappears, and these thoughts and feelings are no longer his, because he isn't who he is. He is everything. And because of that, he can see everything.
What do you see with your special eyes, Cameron?
Everyone fapping.
Ah, true.
Pain ponders rhythmically in their head like a heavy drum set, making their ears pin back tightly behind their before they begin to whine. Then they croak as their sore throats protest against making the sound.
This is sick as heck. I like this a lot. This is very cool.
Is it? They stare at the scene before them, then they blink. But it doesn't help them make sense of what's in front of them. In fact, it seems to make it worse. Who's making sense of what that's in front of who? In front of the who and what?
Yep.
Arches.
There they are.
These intrusive thoughts about not existing. Who's having these thoughts?
See? You're coming round.
Fear rising up into the throat, of something deep in his brain telling him to flee that voice to escape from it. But he's still too confused to figure out who or what he even is right now, because he still feels it like nothing. But he is also still concerned and conscious enough to know that he is, in fact, something.
Ooh.
Oh, and just like smack him.
You just want to give him like scratches on the fluffy face.
Oh no, I'm talking just a smack.
Oh, you want to smack him?
Yeah, like you do a cat.
Yeah.
He remembers that he's someone named Cameron. He remembers his situation, but he remembers that he's been drugged with shrooms and Xanax. Yep. His trip has reached its dizzying peak. His sense of self so utterly decimated. Yeah. That he isn't sure how he's going to feel the same again. The terror and torture of the past 2 days has accumulated to this, the moment that his mind gives in and breaks, and Cameron can't tell what's real and what isn't anymore. But there's something else too. Despite the terrible loss of who he was, Cameron, this amalgamation he calls Cameron, is sensing things even more vivid than he had just a few minutes ago, when he'd contacted Dev. Cameron sees what's ahead of him, but he's seeing so much more. Well, let's go.
Ooh.
That's fun. In his mind's eye, he looks forward, and he sees a myriad of people in front of him, though they're all the same person. Devin, Brian, and himself, locked in a vicious spinning blur of claws and teeth, blood, and horrific, unidentifiable viscera.
Very good.
Yeah. It's confusing seeing so many versions of himself and his boyfriend, and he turns his head to glance away, not wanting to see that violence. But it could be fun. Then, noticing something over his shoulder, he looks back, and this time he sees one version of himself along with Brian. He sees his unconscious body being pinned against the tree for a while longer before he crumples to the ground. Cammy go down.
He go down.
What the hell? His voice is low, husky, and barely audible. Brian laughs, startling the coyote out of his visions of violence.
I choked you the fuck out, that's what.
Exciting. Cameron blinks at the bear, then back to the forest. I thought I died.
Not yet, kid. We got a few things to do first, and you probably want to see your boyfriend too, huh? Not sure you'll get to talk to him since he's knocked out.
Aww. Knocked out?
Yeah.
Wait, with what?
Relax. It's just Rohypnol. Sure, I gave him a good amount, but they're a few decades old because they made them illegal in the States back in the 90s. And you know, when pills get old, they don't work so good anymore.
Brian goes on and on about Rarzorm and how he used to be the premier date rape drug in the country.
I literally said what it was.
Yeah, and I've already forgotten.
Fair.
Rohypnol.
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 Wow, a hype, all right.
Rohypnol.
Oh, very
it's
good.
Hype.
Very
it's
good.
In the name.
It's so hyped.
It's in the name.
But all right, everyone. I think this seems as a good
Ooh.
stopping place as any.
Okay.
So we'll see you guys around.